Hello, everybody. Am I audible? Are we live? Am I audible? Okay, so okay, we are audible. Okay, great. So, without any delay, let's start the today's meet. And before we begin today's session on post exploitation in C2, it's my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Govardhan Kumar. Govardhan Kumar is a cybersecurity engineer at TCS with hands-on expertise in VAPT, WAPT, digital forensics, MDAST, and SAST. He has also represented India at IndiaSkills, securing the national silver medal and state gold medal in cybersecurity. Today, he'll walk us through how attackers operate after exploitation, and it is very important phase. So, listen it carefully and make sure you write your notes. Uh, and he will be covering persistence control and real-world command control workflows. So, without any delay, let's welcome our speaker, Govardhan Kumar. Please join me in welcoming Govardhan Kumar. Okay, and make the session interactive and hope you enjoy. And there is also one more announcement that today's session will last till 8:30 and we'll display the attendance link at 8:30 because we are experiencing some technical issues. So because of that, we will be ending the stream half an hour prior. So listen all the things very carefully and hope you enjoyed today's session. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm audible. I'm audible. Good evening. Uh, so we will start and make it interactive. Okay. Let's see what we- So you have already completed exploitation session, delivery session. So you have idea what post exploitation little bit. Hello.
Yes, Govardhan, you are audible. You can start.
Okay.
You can always check the YouTube chat via your phone. So they will
Yes.
tell you.
I'm checking.
Yeah. If you are having your phone, you can check it. Thanks.
So let's quickly walk through our agenda. So firstly, we cover post-exploitation basics, then privilege escalation, lateral movement, C2, and advanced techniques. So by this adding, you can understand what is post-exploitation means. So like most people think like we get access, that's over. Like we hack their system, that is exploitation only. Real things start after post exploitation. Let me check points.
Now it's clear. Now it's clear. Okay. So post exploitation is the phase data start after attacker has already compromised a system. So this usually means like the attacker has a cell and agent or payload running on hackers victim machines. So attackers focus on things like privilege escalations, credential harvesting, lateral movement, and data exploitation. Okay. So like if you got access, like you can think like initial exploitation as opening the door, but post exploitation is everything. The attacker do what inside the building. So in real world, attackers spend most of time their time in this phase after exploitation, because this is the phase where real impact happens. So like first we get access like sale agent beacon, then we again do like information gathering enumeration, like which types of what I am, like who I am, what is network status, these things. So in after post exploitation, we do privilege escalation. Like I'm a normal user, then I have to go become root users. Then I have to like some agenda. Like I have to the credential harvesting, do lateral movement, data exploitation, these things. So most of things like cyber kill chain and Uh, it forced exploitation cover in cyber kill chain. What in cyber kill chain, uh, we go only up to like exploitation. Then it's a so like action or objective. What in real life attackers spend lot of time after compromise, and that is where meter attack become very useful. Nitin cyber officer. Nitin, can you clear your question? I think your question is okay. I think your question is not related post exploitation. So I'm saying most of you heard about cyber kill chain. So it gives us picture like how attack happen, like recon, weaponization, delivery, exploitation, then installation, command and control, and action objective. So after installation, command and control, here comes post exploitation, like on action and objective. And here we use meter attack framework. Like in meter attack framework, you can see initial access execution, persistence, then privilege escalation. So these things comes on meter attack, not cyber kill chain. So meter attack break things down into very specific behavior like privilege escalation, credential access, lateral movement, command and control. So when we talk about post exploitation in this session, we will mostly think in terms of meter attack because it shows exactly what attackers do on compromised system. So why post exploitations matter? So let me ask you something. If an attacker gets a low privilege cell in one machine, is that really successful attack? Mhm. Yes. So yes, Madhav, you. So in most cases, the answer is no. The attack becomes serious only when the attacker starts doing post exploitations. Yes. Yes, Suman. Sorry. Okay. So this is the phase where attackers steal credential, escalate their privilege, and move quietly inside the network. Many organizations focus heavily on blocking initial access, like phishing, exploit. They spend time on like SOC things. But if an attacker gets in once, and no one is watching what happened next. Yes, Asni. So that is when the real damage happen, like when attacker get inside and they are watching inside the network. So that's why post exploitation is one of the most important phase to understand, especially from the defensive point of view. So during post exploitation, attackers usually have a very clear mindset. They are not rushing. They try very slowly, like they have normal user, then he have to become root users. So then attackers core objective is persistent, pivoting, exfiltrations. Like persistence means survive, on reboot, password change. So during post exploitation, attackers usually have a very clear mindset. Like their first goal is persistent. They want to make sure that even if the system restart or credential are changed, they can still get back in. And second goal is pivoting, like move deeper inside the network. So one system is compromised, it's not enough. Attacker use it as a stepping stone, like to access other system inside the network, especially more valuable ones like admin. And third goal is exfiltration, like this could be sensitive file, database, credentials. So attackers take like times like in week, month, not in a minute or hours. They spend more times in this phase. So basically, post exploitation as a long term operation. It's not about speed, it's about like control, impact. Okay, so our session will go till 9 p.m. Okay. Okay, so far we have understand about like forced exploitation, what is forced exploitation. Now let's talk about like one of the most important concept uh, in like real world attacks, that is command and control, C2. So C2 is like remote control of systems. Like think of C2 as the attacker's remote control system. The attacker is usually not sitting in front of the compromised machine. They are operating from somewhere else. So to control the compromised system, the attacker needs to communicate, needs to a communication channel. This channel allows the attacker to send command and receive commands, receive response. So when a system is compromised, a small piece of malware or agent is usually installed on victim machines. So after like somewhere detected this like initial malware payload, and then attacker can also control via another backbone usually installed. Sorry. Okay, so mainly C2 is like called brain of attack. Why C2 we can attackers do like they transfer file, they dump credential or lateral movement. And this is ethical and legal compliance, like this is a technical discussion. You have to proper authorized uh, to test anything. So like assume attackers have successfully compromised the system. So at this point, a skilled attacker does not immediately run any tool, noisy tools, or attack. They do not start dumping credentials, these things. The first step is to build like situational awareness. This means the attacker takes time to understand the environment. They ask basics things like who am I, what is who is current users, what privilege do I have, what system I am on, like host name, domain, operating system details like versions, architecture, and what does network look like, is their internet access and their proxy firewall. So basic things they understand first, and all of the information helps attackers to decide the next step, like whether that privilege escalation, persistent or lateral movement. So without situational awareness, attacker risk triggering alerts like they started doing something, and blue team detects that things, so they lose access very quickly. Till now, any question? So, after situational awareness, like the next step for attacker is a host survey. So, in Windows, a host survey means collecting detailed information about the compromised system. Okay. So, like on Windows, attackers usually begin with very basic command like uh, who am I, host name, system info, net users. So, like checking the current user, just identify whether what. Sorry, I'm audible. Just a second. So, the attackers also want to know what privilege they have. Uh, yeah, okay, okay, Asni, are they normal user, local administrators? Also, another important thing is like understanding the system configuration, things like install software, running services, and system architectures. And same thing in Linux also. So like same as the idea is the same as the window. Like on Linux, attacker first check like who they are and what permission they have, like ID, uname, fast sudo access, IP address. They also look at the operating system version and the kernel version. So because many privilege escalation technique depends on this information, like operating system version, kernel version. And another very important check is sudo permissions. Like if a user can run certain command as a root, they can often be like evaluate for privilege escalations. So attacker also look for misconfigured file like schedule task, running services. Same here also, like the purpose is not to attack immediately, like what to understand the environments and identify the weak points safely. So these commands helps attacker to understand who they are, what permission they have, and what weakness may exist on the system. So if you have not proper informations, like then many times privilege escalation may fail due to not proper informations. So after learning about the system, one of the most critical critical steps is like identifying the security controls like antivirus or EDR. So EDR is infant detection and response. So can anyone tell why is this important? I am betting, guys. Like like after learning about systems, most critical phase like identifying antivirus EDRs. So why this important? Yeah, Asnit, based on this information, as a fantastic can decide. Yes, Asnit. And another thing is because of many forced exploitation techniques will fail or trigger alert. So if a strong security tools present like antivirus or infant detection and response things, so it may like when we are trying to do privilege escalation, then it may fail due to tools. So attackers try to understand like what kind of protection is running, whether it is signature based antivirus or more advanced behavior based in EDR. So they do this by blocking at running process like install service or sometimes system drivers. So based on these informations, attacker decide how carefully they need to be. Like in some cases, they may avoid certain technique like completely to stay stealthy or avoid detection. So they check where like running process, installed service, loaded drivers. So like a smart attacker always studies the system before touching it aggressively. So like now attackers understand the full system. So the next logical step is like privilege escalation. So privilege escalation means moving from low privilege user to higher level of access, like such as admin or root. So in many cases, the attacker does not start with full control. They may only have a access as a normal user. So what limited access is usually means not enough to disable security control or dump credentials or move freely across the network. As a normal user, you have limited access. So local privilege escalation usually happens because of misconfigurations, weak permissions, vulnerable service, or unpatched like vulnerabilities, kernel exploits. So here the most important thing to understand is like privilege escalation is often quiet. There is no exploit pop-up or obvious alert. So from a defender point of view, this phase is very dangerous because it often looks like normal system activity. You can answer on the chat, guys. Yes, Asmi. So let's focus on especially Windows privilege escalation. So like when an attacker compromised a Windows system, they usually do not stop at normal user access. Their main goal is to become either local administrator or like system in Windows. Like in a Linux there is a final there is a high privilege user is a root user. So same in Windows there is a system that is a high privilege. So system has the highest level of control on a Windows machine. So many Windows service run with system privilege. If like such a service allow a normal user to modify its executable path or configuration, so an attacker can replace it with malicious code. So when the service restart, the malicious code runs as a system. We do same thing in Linux as a cron job. So another important here is token impersonation. So this is another area of attack. So in Windows, users can have a special privilege like uh, AC impersonate or C debug these things. So these privileges are often enough to impersonate other user or abuse system process to escalate privilege. Also, attackers examine schedules files, schedule tasks. Like if a task run as high privilege, what can be modified by low privilege users? So it become an easy to path for privilege escalation. Another classic misconfiguration is unquoted bypass. So if a service path contain a spaces and not properly quoted, so Windows may execute a malicious file present in on that path. So UAC bypass means user account control. So most Windows privilege escalation attacks do not depend on zero-day exploit or advanced hacking technique. Uh, like they success because of poor configuration, weak permissions, and lack of system hardening things. I am clear on this slide. Okay. So next is Linux privilege escalation. So on Linux system, the ultimate goal of attacker is to become root user. Okay. So one of the very first check attacker performing like examine pseudo permissions. Means I think you already know about what sudo allow to do. Sudo allow user to run command as a root. So even if a user is allowed to run only single command as a root due to misconfiguration or other things, that command may still be used to gain full root access. And most important technique is that is SUID binaries. Like SUID program run with the privilege of the file owner. Sometimes root, sometimes file owner. So in such a program is maybe vulnerable or allows command execution. It can be used to escalate privilege. Also, attackers carefully examine cron jobs. Like cron jobs often run as used, and if the script or binary they are executable or writable by a normal users, so privilege escalation become very easy. Mm, okay. Also, if the configuration file is writable or script is poorly secured, so attacker can inject malicious command on that script. So just like on Windows, many Linux privilege escalation path exist because of misconfiguration, not because of like uh, advanced kernel exploit or anything. Any questions on cron jobs or anything? Uh, uh, Furious Master Gaming. Set it under- So basically, SUID means it is a binary file executor file present in Linux that run with for file owner permissions. Most commonly, they are owned by root or so like this file is owned by like owner file owner, but they have a root permission. This file can be run by local user also. Yes, Google employee. We will also see some practicals after this theory parts. Any any question? And Furious Master Gaming, I am able to make you understand. Which slide? This one. So in Linux, SUID stands for like set user ID. So when a file has the SUID with set, it run with the privilege of the file owner, not the user who execute it. So many SUID binaries are owned by root because some system task requires a special privilege. So think like command like password need to root access to update system files. So the problem start like when an SUID program is misconfigured or vulnerable. So if such a program allows like command execution or file editing or shell access, then any normal user can execute it and gain root privilege. So like attacker as a attacker point of view, we search for SUID binaries, and in SUID not exploit is required, just misusing their permissions. Now it's clear, Vinny Solanki. Also cron job is like a scheduled task that run automatically at fixed intervals. So many cron jobs run as the root user, especially like system maintenance tasks. So attackers carefully check cron misconfigurations, cron configurations, so to see what scripts or binary are executed. Okay, Fury. Okay, Vinny. So like if a cron jobs run as a root, what the script is executes and it is writable by a normal user, that becomes also like serious security issue. Okay, let's move ahead on another slide. So like if you get access, now you have a higher privilege access. So the next question is like how do I make sure I don't lose access? Can anyone tell? How do I make sure I don't lose access? by making payload reward for putting payload in it. Yes, that's called persistence. So this is where persistence comes in. Like persistence means creating a way to come back to the system even if something goes wrong. Like in a real environment, like systems reboots, users log out, password get reset. So if an attacker does not set up persistent things, so all their work can disappears instantly. So that's why persistent is considered one of the core goal of post exploitations. So on Windows system, attackers often look for files where programs automatically start. So if an attacker can create or modify scheduled tasks that run with high privilege, they can regain access whenever it executed. And another common persistent method on Windows is using uh, another common method in Windows is using startup location like such as registry run keys, like mastermind said earlier. So these locations are meant to for legitimate software, but attackers abuse them to run malicious code. On on Linux system, there is cron job, SSH key. So mainly persistent achieved through cron job or SSH authorized key. So like for example, adding an attacker's SSH key allows them to log in again without needing a password. Here attacker don't want to install some loud malware, they want to blend into normal system behavior. So you can say like persistent is not breaking again, not hacking again. It's about like never fully leaving. Like you have some you put something that are sending you again and again a response. So next thing is credential harvesting. So once persistence is established, attackers usually move to one of the most valuable activities, credential harvesting, like username, password, hashes. Uh, so yes, Asni. So why your credentials are so valuable? Can anyone tell? Why we do credential harvesting? If I like we have already access, also we have admin access, also we put some persistent things, then why we do credential harvesting? Yeah, why we still fast forward? I think there is okay. Yes, Asnit. With valid credential, attackers no longer need to exploit again. They can simply authenticate like a legitimate users. So in Windows system, many credentials exist in memory. So when user log in, authentication material may be stored in system process. So if an attacker has administrator or system access, they may be able to extract password hash, uh, Kerberos tickets. So credential may also be found in some configuration file script also, some RDP sessions. Same thing in Linux system. Attackers look for stored credential in configuration files, application directories, or home user folders. They also look for SSH keys. So like after this stage, attacker stops looking like an outsider. They start looking like a normal user. They have a proper authentications. So like once credential is harvested, attackers can impersonate other users, access new systems, and move literally across the network. Yes, mastermind. Mainly, password cannot directly extracted from TPM. You can get like some private keys. Some has these things. I think. Oh, sorry. Uh, so I just mentioned here points only. So, like one persistent established attacker usually like move attackers did credential harvesting. So like credentials, username, password, has these things. So now let's talk about some one famous tool, Mimicat. Have you heard about this tool? So Mimicat is the uh, these tools target the Windows authentication system. So Windows needs to keep credential available in memory, so user can access resources without login again and again. So Mimicat views these designs. Okay, Master Gaming. So when an attacker has high privilege, such as local administrator or system, Mimikatz can extract sensitive authentication material from memory. Uh, this can include like plain text password, password dumping, like Kerberos sticker, token manipulation, NTLM password hashes. So these credentials can then be reused to access other system in the network. So here the important thing is to understand is that Mimikatz does not magically hack password. It simple reads information that the operating system already has in memory. So like and that's the reason Mimikatz is so effective in environments with weak security controls. Like from a defender perspective, see Mimikatz activity usually means the attackers already has deep access. That's why modern antivirus or EDR tools aggressively try to detect or block it. But however, attackers often use modified version or built-in system techniques to achieve the same result without using tool directly. Also defenders things is like it's running as a system, so antivirus also not block these things. So after credential harvesting, the attackers usually uh, like does not stay in one machine, and they try to moving from one compromised machine to another machines. So lateral movement means from one moving from one machine to another machines. So attacker do this for several reasons. Like first, not all system are equally valuable. Like some system has extra permissions, or a normal workstation may not store sensitive data. But a file server or domain controllers have like more sensitive data, and they try to reach some critical servers. Also, second, attacker want to waiter privilege, like a user account on one machine might be a local administrator or another. So they want to higher privilege. Third one is attackers want means redundancy, means if one machine is detected and cleaned, they still have access through others. So lateral movement like often looks very normal. Attackers use legitimate tools like remote management protocol or stolen credentials. So from network perspective, it may look like a users simply logging in or accessing remote files, remote systems. So this make lateral movement one of the hardest phase to detect. And over time attackers map the whole networks and identify high value targets and slowly move closer to critical systems such as like domain controllers. So in real life like lateral movement takes like times like month, weeks. Next we are going to discuss two most important method, that is fast the hash and fast the ticket. So these technique are extremely common, especially Windows and Active Directory. So first, fast the hash. So let's understand how the first we understand how the Windows 8 authentication works internally. So in Windows, password is almost never used directly after login. So like when a user login, Windows convert the password into hash, and this has become the real proof of identity, not the plain text password. And also it's designed for efficiency and some security reasons. So when the user access network resources, Windows may use the password hash to authenticate to other system, and this avoid asking the user for the password again and again. So the hash is trusted by the system. Also because the system needs the hash, it is often present in system memory while the user is logged in. This is a normal system behavior. So during post exploitations, if an attacker, no, I'm just explaining how Windows authentication works. There is no PPT for this. Okay. Okay. Asni. So when the user access network resources, so Windows may use password has to authenticate to other system, and it also do for efficiency, and has is trusted by the system. So because system need the hash, it present in memory. So during post exploitation, like if attackers gain local control, local admin control or system access, so they gain ability to interact with system memory, and this point attackers may able to access a stored password has. And here attacker does not know the password, they have password has. So like instead of typing a password, the attacker present so instead of typing a password, attackers presents the stole has when authenticating to another system. And it works due to windows trust that has. So this is the pass the hash technique. Next is pass the ticket. So like uh, in active directory there is a Kerberos authentication that does not rely on password for every request. It use some ticket. So like when a user log into a domain, Kerberos issue a ticket to that user, and these tickets allow the user to access domain resources without re-authenticating each time, same like Windows has. So these Kerberos tickets are stored in memory while they are valid. So during post exploitation, like if an attacker gains sufficient privilege on system where a user is logged in, they may be able to access these tickets, and the attackers takes that user tickets and present it to another service or system in the domain. Also same here, attacker does not need to need password for this. They can use that ticket for access, and service just check whether the ticket is valid or not. Like if the ticket has not expired and it is correct, then the attacker can get access. Okay. So now we have we see how the attackers reuse credentials, how do they pass the hash, pass the ticket. Next our question is what do attackers actually do with that access? Like you got everything, then what will you do now? Okay, the answer is like remote execution. They want a remote execution means running commands or program on another machine over the network. like without physically login, like we do SSH, RDP. Okay, so this is one of the most important stage for like lateral movement also. So like most remote execution method used by attacker are like legitimate administrator feature of Windows. So first common technique is like VSA axis. So this is a legitimate tool like provided by Microsoft, and it allows administrator to execute commands on remote system using valid credentials. So internally, VSA exist works while like authenticating to the remote system, creating temporary service, and executing the like request commands. So like if attacker has already valid credential, it gives them immediate remote access. And while log, it's look like normal admin activity. Next is WMI, Windows Management Instrumentation. So WMI is built directly into like Windows, and it is used for system management, monitoring, and automations. And attackers use WMI for like remote execution because it can execute commands without writing file to disk. Also, it uses valid credentials, so attackers can remotely execute commands, and it cannot be detected. It's look like normal activity. And third one is WinRM, Windows Remote Management. This is also Windows Remote Management tools, and it is used with PowerShell Remote Admin. So till now we have seen like how attackers steal credential, move laterally, execute command. So next thing is like how do attackers reach system that are not directly accessible? Like here it comes network forwarding. So like network forwarding means using a compromised system as a stepping stone, like to reach other system or network. So compromised system like become jump box between the attacker and internal networks. So like in most enterprise, like most organization, critical system are not exposed to the internet. They like they can be accessed via like VPN or internal network. Also they are protected by firewall network segmentations. So from the outside, attackers may only see a small part of network. But once a system inside the network is compromised, the attacker gains internal visibility. So By voting allow the attackers to bypass perimeter security completely. They can access sensitive servers. So like the attacker compromises system that has access to internal resources. This is for a step one. Next step is like attacker establish a stable control over that system. Then attackers route to their traffic through the compromised system, and by doing this they can access sensitive server. So after compromising system, the attackers like do forward forwarding, tunneling. So I think you have already idea about forward forwarding. It means like taking traffic from one port to another port, another service. They can do like local port forwarding, remote port forwarding. So like many internal system are not accessible from attackers locations. Firewall may block direct connection, but the compromised machines already has access to those internal systems. So port forwarding allows the attackers to reuse that access, the, like without breaking any firewall rules. And tunneling means like it's a goal to make malicious traffic or restricted traffic to look like normal. So it may bypass network restriction, maintain a stable connections. And next thing is active directory enumeration. So like almost every organization have active directory, and active directory the central system of the organizations. Like it controls every users, every computers permissions. So like as a attacker, we I'm not interested in on individual system. My goal is to uh, get control on all systems. So here we do active directory enumerations, like who are the users, which users has admin access. So like during active directory enumeration, uh, attackers usually focus on few things like high value users, misconfigured permission, attack path, then like which machine is more valuable, like file server, application servers, domain controllers. Also we see where do users login, like a normal users login into high value server can create a attack opportunity. On attack path, like uh, we can do credential access, privilege escalation, lateral movement. So After active directory enumeration, we do like exploiting domain controllers. So like attackers do not reach the domain controller randomly. By the time they get there, here like they do credential harvesting, lateral movement, these things. So the most common way attackers exploit domain controller is by gaining domain admins access or golden tickets things. So golden ticket is like more powerful. This is the more powerful attack. Like this is like Kerberos authentication that relies on trust is like on domain controllers. Let's wrap up PPT things and move on some practical things. So uh, you have already idea about exploitation. Now we move on for post exploitations. So okay. So this is my victim machine, and this is attacker machine. So let's firstly we get access, then we will show what can do after post exploitation. Yeah, I'm increasing. Just wait. Now it's clear. So I'm not showing some enumeration part, like how can I get like you have to do nmap and those things. I just starting with exploiting. So I have already scanned that system, and that has FTP vulnerabilities. So I am gaining access. So I have a scanned that network, and there is a FTP version 2.3.4 version, and that has vulnerability. Now it's clear. Then you have to set things like R host, these things. So I think I have not set it R host. Sorry. This is my, yeah, this is my IP, victim IP. Now, and here I get access. You have already seen this on previous sessions, like how you can exploit. Like after this, we will do like simple enumeration, like who am I? So I am a root user. ID basics command you have to check. Uname, like what is your name? Here, network things. By this command, you get basics idea about a data system. So after gaining access, we will create some backdoor. So you can use like you can create your user also here. Like I'm creating some user with username hackers. Also you can like let's set some password. Sorry, I'm changing the password. Or here I have created users. You can also give him some pseudo permissions. So let's add user mode. I'm giving pseudo permission to that users. Oh sorry. Yes, I have here. I have created a hacker. Okay. Also, you can set some cron job things. So cron. So here I have created one cron job, like when system reboots, it automatically try to connect with my machines. Here we have created one netcat, and they give time execute time terminals. So like when we do like netcat, here I have started one listener, or like here we like accidentally we lost access here, our system may be like rebooted, like So here, like system is rebooting. Then after rebooting system, we lost control here. Like here, I lost control. Sorry. Yes, here is listener, and so you can see here like when system was rebooted, we again get access. You can see like here, who am I? This is root user. So I have did this via like cron tab, cron job. Oh, sorry, I think that's not executive. Further you can do or more things like now I not need to like again set msf console, set our host. I don't do not need to do these things. Any question? Further you can do more things like ssh things. Okay, so if no question then it's over. Now like attendance will happen. Attendance, we are sharing some attendance link.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yes.
So attendance link will be shared within 5 minutes. Till then, you can check your doubts. It will be shared right at 9 p.m.
Okay. So wait, I will take some question. You can ask us questions, guys, if you have any questions. Any question? Oh, sorry. Okay, Sanskar, we will share the PPT and command. Sorry, guys, I'm getting some delay in questions. Yes, Dilip, you can also do same thing on Metas Flight Table 3 also. Here I have used Metas Flight Table 2. Sanskar, we will share commands. Uh, yes, Sneak. Software like that monitors user behaviors can be hurdle. Like they observe your like login times, command executed, privilege changes.
Okay, so I've shared the attendance link in the uh, YouTube chat, and it is pinned, so you can check it out there. And also, the QR will be displayed shortly, and the timer will be started. Our speaker, who is a CISO of a company, is coming to guide us in offensive security, and it will be very great. And in this week, I will be uh, outing his poster, so you will be knowing that who is coming after all the sessions. Okay, so you can, you know, get the help for career paths and ask him questions about the industry, about offensive security, and all the things he will be covering, all the things which are covered all in all the 6 sessions. He will be recapping all of that, and he also, I'll ask him if he can show the practical also. And he is a very knowledgeable person, and we'll be giving you the hints in the WhatsApp group, and we'll be revealing the poster by this week. So stay tuned and be excited and keep learning. Okay. And after completing the assignment link, sorry, the after completing the attendance, you all can guess that who would be that person. He is the CISO of a company, and he's also in army. He was in army and served in, defense forces for 10 years, more than 10 years. Now you can search on the internet and tell me who can it be.
Guys, kindly fill the attendance form because after 10 minutes, nobody will be given access to fill the attendance form, and for nobody, strictly nobody, the attendance form nor the assignment will be, republished or be accepted after the deadline. So kindly be on time, okay, and keep guessing in the comment box that who would be the expert speaker for the talk after the 6 sessions. The hint is like he is the CISO of a company and he's having more than 10 years of experience in defense sector of India. He's a very great guy and an honorable person. Also, guys, can you all give me the feedback for today's sessions? How was that, and what do you expect more from the sessions? In which sector you are lacking behind, so that we can provide you guys more sessions on that particular topics. And really sorry for the delay for today's session. There were some technical issues behind, so we were able to start the session 30 minutes after. Yeah. So following on for that, guys, tell me in which sector you want practical sessions, because mostly in exploitation phases we have done the what we can say the practical sessions. So in the upcoming sessions the practicals are low, but we are trying our best to give the practical sessions. So tell me in which sector and what exactly you want in practical, so that we can arrange you for that. Shobha, what means Windows exploitation? Windows exploitation, it may, uh, we can try that in Google Meet, because on YouTube it will be like we will doing the community guidelines strike will come to us, like, because it is not, I think, legal to do. So let me check the legal guidelines, and then we can decide that if we can do the sessions, practical sessions. So we can, arrange uh, a meet, Google Meet of 100 participants maximum, and it will extremely be the top priority ones who are joining the sessions right away, and the connections of Secure Bharat group, and we can do the AD exploitation, Windows exploitation, because live, doing it live may concern the YouTube guidelines, so we can, think about it. Dilip Salwani, today's sessions was good, could have been better with detailed presentation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So detailed presentation. Okay, so presentation, actually the presentation was like, it was having some core points, and then the points were explained by the speakers in detailed form. So it was a regular presentation. Yeah, uh, regarding the presentation, it was okay. Like the practical sessions, yeah, we can cover, but again the guidelines strike will come. That is the concern. either we need to do the stream private after completing this particular session. So we'll see if we figure out that how can we deal with that. Any other feedback, suggestions? 3 minutes are remaining. Kindly fill the attendance form, those who have not filled, right? Okay. We have got 75 responses. Okay, we'll figure it out like who are the persons who are, you know, coming and for the sessions regularly, because the viewership was around 50 or 40 and the responses that we have got is 75. So, okay, we figure it out. API exploitation. Okay, I'm noting it down, so don't worry. We will be considering these topics for the future sessions for sure. Web application security. So basically, I'm planning something like we will do live stream for the community of Secure Bharat group. Like if we are having 800 subscribers, so make sure you put on the bell icon. Put on the bell icon on, so that every time when we are streaming, you get the notification. Because in future we are planning to do something like podcast thing, and also we are integrating some live streams which will be including live bug bounty hunting or something like that. So that will cover all the Windows exploitation, AD collection, all the things. Because you can also come, you can join, you can learn something out of the live stream, and also you can engage in the live stream and do your particular exploitation side by side. So it will be helpful and really good for the community also. Entire Splunk course thing. Okay, okay. Okay, mastermind noted. I'll try. I'll try. I'll see who are the speakers I can contact for the best session delivery. Yeah, Ashish Vishnu, that's a good idea to do the session on Discord. So we'll try to build a community on Discord also, and then we can uh, host the sessions for this all the critical sessions on Discord. Yeah, we can 100% do that. Work scaling AD and testing sessions. Okay, so next sessions are of AD only. So let me try and contact the speakers, and let me figure it out like we can do the practical sessions more than the theory in the next session. Okay, so it will be on a package. All level course. Okay, so we can figure it. So tell me who are here, the international audience. Is it international audience? That is having international भी है कोई. Thank you for slightly to cybersecurity mastermind. Get to adjust.